Hello and welcome back to Videojug's top tips for underwater digital photography. If you've watched part 1, you'll already be well on your way to bagging yourself some fantastic underwater snaps. We'll now pay attention once more for our next 5 essential pointers. Tip 6. Bring back the colour. The difference between taking pictures on land and underwater is that water is dense and therefore absorbs sunlight and in turn swallows up colour. As you go deeper, the warm hues of red, orange and yellow are gradually lost, and pictures take on a monochromatic blue. So to get bright, colourful pictures you need artificial light. And to get artificial light, you need a strobe. Not only will you be able to adjust the angle of your strobe, but you'll be able to adjust the brightness of its output to suit your chosen subject and desired outcome. This is better than relying on your built-in flash, which is not always very effective underwater because it's situated so close to the lens. This proximity creates backscatter. Tip 7. Avoid backscatter. When your flash goes off, particles in the water reflect the light right back into the lens, and the result is a fog of flecks. This is backscatter. There are a few ways to avoid it. Only ever dive in clear water. Be careful not to stir up the seabed. Or, as before, use an off-camera strobe so you can position the light beam away from the lens. Tip 8. Know your subject. Understanding how the fish lives, moves, eats and hunts can make stalking him so much easier. Listen to the dive briefings. Observe your subject before you move in with your camera. And probably most important of all, be patient and never underestimate the worth of a good fish book. Tip 9. Shoot your buddies. Unless using close-up or macro to capture a rare species or strange type of behaviour, always try and get another diver in shot. Photos without a diver in will very rarely be interesting to your non-aquatic friends. Used correctly, a diving model can add an unobtrusive point of interest that is pleasing to the eye. This image, despite the clarity of the sea, is rather dull and lifeless. But fill up the negative space with a diver and you introduce a whole new dynamic to the finished photograph. Tip 10. Practice. Especially with digital cameras, there's no reason not to take several shots of one subject. Then delete the ones that didn't turn out well. Notice as you go what worked well and what didn't. Read magazines and books for tips from professionals. There's hundreds of sources in book form and on the internet. Or even better, sign up for a course for hands-on instruction. But that's it for now. Have fun on your next dive, now that you're fully armed with Videojug's top tips for digital underwater photography.